Okay, so I've kind of a lot of stuff to say today about a lot of things. And, I don't know whose head it goes over and whose head it doesn't. If I go over your head, then you may want to just move on. Why would you sit and listen to me if you don't understand what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, or anything? And this one person who I guess had just started watching me has watched a few videos and very opinionated about me, very judgmental. And they think that they know what's best, how I should direct my energy, what I should be doing. YouTube doesn't let you block people anymore, or they've taken that feature from me. I'm not allowed to block people from my account. And so I can hide my account from them, which I don't know if that's some new thing in their terms or something. I'm not sure. But, if somebody is just going to keep coming at me with their negative stuff, I don't want your energy around me. I don't need you in my life. Just because I'm out here, that doesn't mean that I want you participating with me. And if you don't even understand me. If you're coming at me, trying to tell me who I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to talk about, and then if you're going to tell me that, I just say the same thing every single day, and you can go read the comments for yourself. I'm sure the comments are still there from Billie Jean, but and they're long. I think they're just over the last couple of days, but I'm not sure which video or whatever. But that's not how you talk to somebody. That's not how you put your energy on somebody else. You don't come at somebody else. When she told me that she was concerned for me, it piqued my curiosity. What are you concerned for me about? Then what are you watching? You're watching me because you're concerned? You're waiting for me to fall apart or something? What kind of person does that? And then you can read what her concerns are and her attitude and what she or he, whoever this person is, thinks of me. And I don't want you in my life. Sorry, you're not somebody who I want anything to do with. And I will make those decisions for myself, because that's where I'm at in my life. I pick and choose. And so, and in this weird social media world that they created, whatever, with this blocking and following and false identities and all this, the lies, the masks, the pretending, is, be real, be authentic. And then there's a person out there who is being real and authentic, and then you're going to come and start telling me, where are you putting yourself out there? These are questions that people should be asking themselves. Like, I find it very strange, the attitude that some people can have towards somebody else. Like, and then when I'm sitting here talking in my platform and what I talk about, and then when it's just like goes completely over someone's head, it's just like, I don't understand it. And then it really is curious is these super spirits. And this one had all bases covered, because they also knew Jesus personally, which you can read in the comments yourself. They knew Jesus, and they also, are lecturing me on spirituality and energy. Like, they got it all. Like, to the point where I was like, okay, so, possibly this person is a psyop, is a handler, is a person that they're dropping out here into different accounts to manage us or something. Like, it's so over the top. I can't imagine that people behave this way. And I just saw a video too, is just popping into my head, because there's some guy in Hawaii, and he was there reporting, and he started getting, they're doing this, and I have talked about this the whole time. I have said that this stuff was going to be happening. is that these, the only thing I can think of to call them is instigators. They're there to instigate trouble. They're there to instigate problems. They're the kidnappers, the rapists, the home invasion, the thieves, the ones that get the looting started. They're the ones that break the window. They're the ones that are out there to create the chaos. They are instigators of this energetic thing, and they've got them. I mean, it's been coming out nonstop about the control and the manipulation in social media, whose accounts they put forward, what people have to do to have their account. Like, all of this stuff has been coming out. Like, it's all manipulated. It is all controlled. And one thing too is when we're in this information war, because they're coming out and having a big old fit about that, like over the Hawaii is, nobody should be listening to the people there. We should only go to the news for our information. Otherwise, we're whacked out, racist, far right, supremacist, or whatever the fuck they come up with. So the and that one guy was being like stopped, and it was online. He was live. He was like live on InfoWars or something like that. They were giving him information. I think, some of these, and I don't know his history or whatever. I don't know what his journalism thing is. I don't know if he works for certain people or whatever. But, he's one of those live commentator people. I don't even know what they call them. The ones that go to the scene and then they feed it back to the other ones. But I don't know if he's an independent or if he actually works for someone. It seemed to me that InfoWars was just talking to him. He doesn't work for InfoWars. I think it's called InfoWars. They didn't talk to him. I mean, he doesn't work for him. But he was telling him what he was seeing. So he was live on their air when this guy comes up and starts interrupting and starts saying creepy shit to him. It's creepy. And so, and I've had some weird ones on TikTok and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a person who is, just really is that way. And it's like, I really don't want people who are really that way around me. I'm sorry. If you really, there's other people that I've had to block before. I blocked TikTok all fucking day long. You have to block people. On here, the people typically who comment and want to converse are real, like people who are like real people who want to talk and say something and stuff. There aren't just, I don't know, to me there is such a sickness to go in and I've been talking about this for years, and see why you have to say some things over and over and over and over, like Jesus Christ, and why some of these things I have to say. I'm like, so many things, if you went back and watched all my videos from the beginning, it's an entire story. It goes, and this is my journey. This is what I have gone through this awakening, through my healing. And for somebody to come and start telling me, about that I need to go through the dark night, or I need to go through my soul, like all that stuff. It's like, what? What? This is what I talk about. What are you, like, oh my God. I talk about it all the time. It's just strange. And I can't, and right now, so this is an important thing, because this right now is exactly why they want to attack us, why they want us to be frustrated, why they want us to be upset. Is and these certain places they're attacking are highly energetic places. And you got to realize what I'm talking about when I say that there's portals everywhere. There's different frequency spaces. They have to work at keeping us in a low frequency. They have to herd us into a pasture to dump things on us and keep us under this certain frequency. We go out, we go into other frequencies, other vibrations through portals. Remember, it's like a giant honeycomb. And that's why, when they show me these visuals and stuff, and about like how, like, some of the stuff is hard to explain how you see it, because there's more than just the picture. There's the message, there's the overall. But this hamster habitat thing with all of the tubing and stuff, and how they try and control throughout this frequency. It's like, oh, that's so funny. This fucking visual is on the TV right now. And it goes like, okay, so you know in those movies, like they go into a museum and they've got all those lights, some kind of a red light or a green light or something that you can't see it, but then if you walk through it, it interrupts the light. And so it's like all these lasers pointing. But it is, so all of these energies, and so they're trying to go around it, like in the movies where they're trying to like show them, like go under them and around. So that is what they try and do, is that they are trying to maneuver us through these. That's why I keep saying there's weird things about the way we travel. There's so much weird shit. And that Elon Musk thing yesterday, where he put up some, it looks just like a white piece of paper, but then if you shake your head like this, then you can see it says like fuck them or something like that. And so remember in the movie Them about the sunglasses, when you put them on, you could see all of the subliminal messages, all the hidden messages. And it is kind of like that when you wake up. Like I see it all around. Like when I watch these old movies, it's like yesterday I couldn't stop fucking, it is crazy. Fuck, I see so much. I can see. And this period of time that we think of as this time, it started in the like later 1875-ish. It is when they went and did all these fires. When you go and look in and you find out how many massive fires there were in this whole rebuild, and then they changed things about schooling, about bank, like all of it. And they started messing with our minds. Like it was a whole big thing. And I don't know all this stuff. It seems like to me that everything was like just so happy and quaint and stuff. And when you think about like the bustling 1800s and how the people even dressed and stuff, it seems like it was like really good times. And so they wanted to end that. They didn't like that. So it's kind of like at the state fair time. It's like, I think that's when they did this big reset and burned everything down, tore everything down, and put out all these little white babies and stuff. And because that was their new plan. They've done different things throughout history, throughout different times, throughout different ages. Like this is an age that was like, they disrupted it with a reset. That's why I've said they've done resets that are beyond the natural resets. Like there's natural resets, but they're always in trying to control and create this other God reset thing. And, but anyways, so the places that they're striking right now are huge energy places. Like you should see what they've done in BC and Canada. Like fuck. And I looked at all these people are showing these map fires and shit. And where I'm at, I am fucking like all of Canada is on fire above me. And bad, like goes way out. Like everything is on fire above me. And it's super smoky here today and yesterday, but I'm not sure if that's from the Spokane ones. I'm not sure. And the fucking hurricane, of course, because they did this all on purpose, is fucking, oh my God, Baja is like a fucking rushing river through the whole streets everywhere. It's just deep. It's deep. It is crazy looking. I don't know where the fuck the people are. Like, I don't even know what people's housing is like and stuff in Baja, because there's parts of Mexico where people live in like something that is called like a shanty or something. They're like little shacks, homemade shacks. People can live in so many different ways. This is so uppity to think that people have to live this. People just don't realize how they're up their own fucking ass. So anyways, so they're striking these certain places, and Hawaii, and how it's like the heart center of the chakra system. They're striking over by this big rainforest in BC, and they're burning down. Oh my God, these fucking homes all along this river. It's so sick. And so they're destroying all of this, they're just burning every fucking thing down. And, you just gotta, to me, keep reminding yourself of the, what's to come. They're going to be giving away land. We will rebuild. And there's going to be a lot of water land again, a lot. It's going to be like they're just scooting up the whole shoreline. Like the whole shoreline was toxic before, so the whole shoreline across our landscape is going to change. So don't be thinking like, oh, I'll never get to live the way I was living before. No, all the shit that they're burning down is kind of doing the earth a favor when you put it all together. So it can look terrorizing to us because we're in this and our world is burning down around us and we're losing everything. But we're losing nothing. We're going to gain everything. We just don't know it yet. And so, but the shorelines and stuff will go back. And, there's going to be so much. Like, you're not going to have to work and pay for things like you did before. It's going to be way different. Resources are going to be way different. You're going to live by God's law, not man's law. So it's going to be way different. And the technology, it's just going to be way, way better. And so there's nothing to, like, these people who hold on to this, like this is all we got, or we're going to be in the WHO and all of that fear. People don't understand how much they just stay in fear. And so it's super frustrating, which I was really excited. I just heard a video. I was somebody explaining what a Heyoka empath is. I was like, oh my gosh, because sometimes you'll wonder, because you'll hear people say certain things like empaths and stuff. And I'll hear them saying things and stuff, and I'll be like, man, I am not like y'all. I'm different than y'all. And I'll hear some other group talking, and I'll be like, no, I'm not in that group. I'll hear another one, no, I'm not that. And it's like, are you my mother? Are you my mother? You're just always going around. That's not me. No, that's not me. And, but this girl, when she was explaining it, was like, oh my gosh, but I got the same impact from the Heyoka empath as I did when I heard the other Indian prophecy talking about the healing warrior. No, the wounded healer. The wounded healer and the prophecy about that. And I was like, oh, sometimes I feel like they just speak to me, but also that is that connection that I'm talking about. And I just am so, this person is just really loud in my head right now. And it's like, I gotta block them out. And it is, I should not have let that energy in. I should have seen, and that can be an intoxication too. Like, I'm very concerned for you. You're concerned. What are you concerned about? Now you've piqued my interest, the intoxication. I should have never given that energy. I should have never, keep your concern to yourself, sister or brother or whoever the fuck you are, bot person. Like, it's so funny how it's a bot person, but it's also a bot person. Bought and paid for. My opinions are bought and paid for. Thank you very much. See, I'm not like you. We're very different. I will stand for my opinions because my opinions come from my core. They don't come from other people. They come from within. So my opinions are a part of me. And my opinions are available for change, but, they're going to have some pretty solid evidence and if it goes against my inner vision, my inner sight, then it will never change. If I get new information and it goes in and my inner rejects it, that's it. I always go with my inner, my gut, my inner knowing, my insight. I don't ever, that is something that trips me out about my kids' view of me, how they don't see that part of me, but, they don't really know me. Kids don't really know their parents. I think parents know their kids a little bit better, but kids don't know their parents. And I think I've talked about that a while ago, but it was also in this movie yesterday. I saw that it was just, I thought it was such an excellent point. But anyways, let me say this real quick about the fires. Because they are striking certain places to change things energetically. They're striking, like to me, this Billie Jean is a little strike, a little bomb to come in and disrupt my attitude, my, my vision, everything. And so it's on all levels. And so I had just heard this person saying it's really important for all of us to really keep our energy up. Don't let these things, whatever is going on, don't let them get to you, because they're striking us so hard in energetic places. And it is creating so much pain and suffering in so many groups of people that it is affecting the overall energy. And so when we're getting these huge energy waves and we're feeling it, we're feeling all of this through everybody else. And so those of us who are not going through some tragedy and stuff, it's important for us to push back that energy with love and stuff. Oh, this was fucking, I just feel the love, man. I swear to God, I feel the love. It's just everywhere. And yesterday we went out for a walk, and because she harasses me all goddamn day. I swear to God, that's what she wants. She just wants freedom. It's so crazy, because it's so much a part of what we all want right now. So I totally get it. I totally get where she's coming from. She's feeling it just like us, like everybody, the animals, and everything. Everything around us is reacting to this, like everything just wants freedom. And so she wants out. She wants to go out and walk around. And we keep just running into people the whole time. It's just like, it's weird. I feel like I'm in the Truman Show. I swear to God. I feel like I have, I have felt like the main character for a while. Like that kind of happened more when and I talked about this, like, like if you go back and listen to all my videos, there's a story being told. It starts from 2021, and it has a lot to do with my own story, but also my perspective over what is happening throughout this experience. And I have been more awake than other people throughout this, because my tragic circumstance started a while ago when I got my brain injury. And after my brain injury is when I started telling everybody around me what was to come. I already knew. I could see it. I knew what was to come. And it's just so weird, all these conversations I have now with, just yesterday talking to my daughter about that. Like, I've been telling you what was to come, and now we're here. And because I'll tell her, what is ahead. And she'll be like, well, I'd like to believe that. Well, I'd like to think that. Well, and I was like, I told you that this was going to happen. And look at, it's all happening. So just trust me when I'm telling you, there's going to be good ahead. We're not just stuck here. Even to the people who I was telling all that time ago, and then they can see, oh, okay, well, they brought this part. And the reason I think that some of us can see is because we're supposed to be telling you there's another part. Don't just give up. And it is like what this guy's saying. We're being attacked energetically, even with energetic weapons and shit. We have to be raising our vibration and working on us. I think that is the whole thing of why we were supposed to be working on ourselves, why we were supposed to become more independent and more sovereign and understand our energetic bodies and stuff. We were supposed to start seeing, because at this time when we're in such a brutal attack, because this is all energy, this is all us. I've said all along that we are the change. We are what is going to, the reverberation, this sun, this solar flash thing I have said the whole time is our energy goes out and creates the solar flash. It's like a reverberation, and that there was going to be so much intensity that our energy was going to go out, send out this huge flash of energy. And there's people who are saying this is a flash of energy that's coming from way, way out, and it's headed our way. I don't know. The way I see it is this is like a storm system or something. Our energy, what we're going through, we're going to send out this energetic pulse that is going to reverberate back on us. And it may be the way it is that they get that how I'm seeing it is that energy is moving towards us. There's no getting away from this energetic change. This energy is moving towards us, but it is the tsunami of change. So as it comes in to hit and everything is fucking perfect timing. Like, if people can't understand how fucking the universe and creation and all of this just is, it's so fucking elaborate and so fucking perfect. It's crazy. But so as that energy hits in and our energy of outrage hits out, it is this storm. It is I swear to God, it's what opens the fucking firmament. And the firmament it's like dropping down or something. I saw a fucking rainbow thing the other day that was insane. Was like, oh my God, it looks like the firmament is like right above us. But then when you go outside and you listen to the sounds, just how loud your neighbor is, like, it's insane. And the planes and stuff. And then things are moving. And I've seen where people are saying that this pole shift, like they have the exact date that they know it's going to happen. But I don't know about all those things. I am talking about the energy, how the energy is. The energy, the energy change, the yin, the yang. That is what I'm talking about. Like, I have gone beyond the looking at things through the spiritual. Like, that's what people are waking up to. I can talk to you about, like, and tell you about the spiritual and stuff like that, but it's like there's more levels to everything. You just keep moving out in your understanding of yourself and what this place is and stuff. And so this energy is going to shift. There's going to be a huge shift in it. I'm not sure if I know that this shit, there's going to be an abrupt part of it. There's always an abrupt thing that happens. But, for how our realities are really placed around, maybe it is like a whole bunch of different abrupt shifts. Like, maybe Hawaii has already shifted. Maybe BC has already shifted. Maybe, this energetic shift. And maybe those are like the solar flares that are coming down. Maybe we're sending up solar flares. I still think, there was footage this morning that somebody had of things going up in the sky, and now they look like spaceships. So they've got all this stuff that people keep catching that's going on up in the sky, where they've got these military planes, these tons of helicopters, these weird looking ships. I saw those weird ones at Seattle, which I still is just like, why would they be doing that? Like, seriously, why would they be doing that over traffic? Like, you could be causing an accident. They probably did. And why are they doing this big, like, show? And why are they showing like the maneuvers and how these things can move around? It's like the military was kind of letting us, maybe Seattle's going to be a place that gets hit. Or maybe it was like the white hats trying to show like the skills our military has, so that people, when they start having things happen, that they won't automatically think they're being attacked by otherworldly monsters, that they will think, oh, the military is going to attack us here now. Because most people seem to understand that we're being hit with laser beams, and that they are interfering with the weather to make storms way, way worse, to turn them into category 4s and shit. Like, they're doing all that. It seems like, to me, but that could be my algorithm of the people I see. Because when I go out into the world and I talk to people, it's like, it's very different. But yesterday, when we went out, like, the thing that was just like, because the neighbors that, have threatened me, they're going to kick my ass and all that stuff, the ones that always seem angry and yelling and screaming, and the middle of the night, like, where I'm always thinking, oh, man, these people just drink a lot and fight all the time, and I'm not knowing what is to come, and I knew that they were like supporters of Biden, for before. But I'm surrounded by a lot of them. But now they have a flag hanging out. But yesterday when me and Stella were walking up, the lady was out talking to the other neighbor, and she just started being so friendly, and it's like, oh my gosh, the love is spreading. They got a flag, like people who you even can be thinking like, oh my, because she was always sitting outside talking about, her son in jail and stuff. But that could have been what was waking her up, dealing with the judicial, dealing with the legal. I don't know what her son did. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why she always wanted to talk about it outside, but that could have been what was waking them up, because all different things are waking up all different people. We're so smoky here too. Oh my gosh. It is now I'm going to be wheezy. I'm not even going to go out. She's going to bug me to go out and walk. And one of the things too, when I went out and walked, was one of the neighbors who came up and started talking to me. He started talking about the smoke, and they had just moved in, and he was like, there's so much smoke. I was really worried this morning. I'm glad there's less. And I was like, I was really worried about the wind, because that's how they used to carry their, well, the winds picked up, and that's how they started a whole fire, burned down all of Mount Baker. We don't know what happened. It's just this fire, these smoke, these wind just comes out of nowhere. We've got this giant fan up here. We're blowing on them. But anyways, it's way smokier though today. Who knows what it was like all night. I was conked out. Like I didn't even wake up. And I still feel like I could go back to bed. So there's probably something in the smoke, like the fog or something. Because I didn't even wake up until it was almost 6. And then right now, I feel like I'm just getting a really bad neck ache. Really bad neck ache, and my eyes are starting to get more where I can't see, and then I feel this really deep wheeze in my chest. So I don't fucking know, but I know, when they come in here and start saying we're evacuated, I fucking have no idea. They're doing the same thing as they did in Hawaii if they do that. And so, and it's concerning because what they're doing with this storm, and how this storm is fucking gonna hit Southern California. It's gonna be bad. And it's gonna be, because the mudslides, the floods, and the damage it's gonna do to the tectonic plate, the stability is going to become more unstable. And there's gonna be, it's gonna be bad. It's just gonna be bad. And plus this storm is headed all the way out to Nevada and Arizona. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is so absurd. Oh, so absurd. And there's footage of an Arizona where this giant lightning strike hits the ground, and there's footage of it. And then people are sharing the footage of like, do you guys don't understand? They're lasering us. Like, they are going and shooting energy down to create fires, to do this shit. There's people who are sharing footage of all these Canadian fires starting at once. They all started at once. And that is, see, what they fear. This is why it's the information war, is because as people wake up, they start investigating. And then so many people, when they wake up, they get kind of terrorized, like, fuck, what? And they start looking into shit. They start sharing shit, looking into it. And so that is what they fear, because that's where I get all the information, is listening to other people. That's where I get everything. I don't go in and do all this research like all these other people. I don't need that. I can go in and listen. And like I said, if I'm like, there's a lot of things that I'll hear and I'll be like, I don't know about that one. Lots. And those are those things. You just tuck them away. And if they matter, they will be shown to you. You will see if it has anything that you need to know. It's a need-to-know basis. Your soul, if you need to know in your life experience, then they will make sure you know. And people got to get comfortable in their discernment. You got to get comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to have evidence. The evidence is inside of you. Everything you need is inside of you. It's a dependency to constantly need to go outside of you to find out, to figure it out. You know, I mean, there's an observation, there's a perceiving your reality. And, you know, I mean, it's valid to understand we're under attack and that it's all about control and money. It just blows my mind when you understand how the dollar has collapsed everywhere. The dollar has absolutely zero value anywhere unless you are in America. And people get up and go to work and keep trading that shit all day long. Like this morning I came out and there was ants all over. And it's so crazy because yesterday they warned me. You know, I came out and I was like, it's weird. I haven't seen any ants. And I'm looking around, you know, because they were letting me know they're coming. Don't worry. I probably just called them in, just wondering about where they were. Fuck. That's the thing. That's the thing. Are they letting me know or am I bringing them in? So anyways, so my counter was covered with ants this morning. I was like, oh, motherfucker. And I go in the dark and I'll start making my shit because my vision's not that great anyways. And so I go around the dark all the time, but I always have. Like that last husband of mine, the one who was, like I said, my rock bottom. And I don't mean that, like, some people, like, if he heard, there's a lot of people, if you said that person was your rock bottom, you know, it's going to make them feel bad. I'm not saying, you know, that. I'm not trying to make somebody feel bad. But when you're going against everything inside of you, you are hitting your rock bottom. So him and I were very, very different. We were very opposite of each other. And I didn't want to recognize his ulterior motives because I had my own. And so we all get our own ulterior motives and we fail to recognize somebody else's. And so when I say my rock bottom, I don't mean it. It's just like, you know, so anyways, clarify. But so as all of these ants are everywhere, all over the counter, you know, and I'm like, I was definitely committing murder this morning, a lot of murder happening. And so in perspective, I was like, oh, okay, so if that's how they see us as ants, I get it. I totally get it. And that is how they see us, is that insignificant as ants. And, you know, I mean, shame on me for thinking that the ants are insignificant. But to me, it's like you're in my fucking house. Get the fuck out. And I'm sorry you guys run so fast that it has to be a mass wiping. I just have to take a giant wet-ass paper towel and just mass wipe you away. And, you know, sorry about that. But I can't live with you. I just can't. I tell them every year, I can't live with you. And, oh, and the spider, the one that I was letting have that area. And every day I would tell him I'm going to take him down and he would build up this nice new web. I was like, okay, I'm going to give you the day. That's it. This is the last day. And then the one day that was supposed to be his last day. And he got that bee. And it was a small bee. It wasn't like the kind that go in flowers. It was that other kind of smaller kind. And not the great big kind. It was like a smaller, skinnier kind. But I don't know, maybe they're really brutal. Because it was a weird entanglement when they were out there anyways. Because that's why it looked so weird. I went down really close to see. And so he was kind of wrapped around him. So I thought, ooh, this is probably a battle. Because I've seen a wasp and a spider battle it out on the deck before. It's brutal. But this was caught in a web. And so it was, they were fighting. And then the web went away. And so then I was like, oh, so maybe it did move. But then I saw he was just lingering over on the post. He just kept staying there. And when I went up to him, he kind of went, ooh, get away. And I was like, see, that's the thing. Is like when you start just picking up, you pick up on the energy they're putting out. It's like you just pick up on it. I can pick up on what the dogs are saying. It was like, it's not weird. It's like, just tune into it. But so he was like pushing me away, like, get away. And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I talked to him each time I would pass him. And then he's not, I think he died. I think he never rebuilt a web. He never did anything. I think that he did get wounded by that spider. It just took him longer to die, which made me think about, like, insect consciousness is it dies when it has this long drawn out thing. But I think it is in some cases a part of the experience, a part of energy trying to understand itself, because everything about life is energy trying to understand itself and express itself and to be a part of other things. It's like being a stroke in a painting. So being one of the strokes in the painting is, what we want to be. We want to be a part of that whole design, that whole beautiful landscape, that whole beautiful picture. And we bring the picture to life. See, that's what life is all about. We are a stroke in the painting that comes to life. And so we bring this all to life. And that is what is so trippy, is that people don't understand that what you perceive is your reality. How you see things is your reality. That's your reality. It's not anybody else's, it's just yours. Everything you see, perceive, think, and that's your reality. It's nobody else's. And even if you go out into the main room, the main reality, we're all perceiving different things. We're all having different experiences. We're not all here for the same thing. And so when we try and put our beliefs, our thoughts, our perspective, our perceptions on somebody else, we're crossing boundaries. We're crossing lines. We are interfering. We are intrusive. That is not what we are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to, if we got any interaction, it is about us, the perceiver, the receiver. It's for us. It is for us, our gain. And what do you gain? You cannot change anyone else. You cannot wake anyone else up. And I still can't believe, and there's so many of these super spirits, these love and light, not everyone's meant to wake up. That's just the way it is. Not everyone's meant to wake up. But I've seen some of these love and lighters start to say, I just keep trying. I keep focusing on the love and the light, but it just gets worse. What am I supposed to do? Well, you were supposed to always start working on healing, not hide from what's happening. I was a big part. So now you got to start where you're going to start. But this fake spirituality is, it was a honey trap. Oh, which, by the way, I put out my own little honey trap this morning. So I just went all in this morning and put, it's baking soda and powdered sugar. And then they come in and they take it back to their nest. And then it explodes everybody. It's horrible. Hold on. It's so smoky out there, and you can, well, I don't know if you can hear the plane, but it's so freaking loud. See, the fucking, it's coming down on us. The energy, is the darkness, this purging out of the darkness is the collapsing, the firmament, because it was all this energetic thing. And see, if you're not raising your vibration, that is why you can't go out. That's why people are going to be leaving the game and shit, man. I'm telling you. It is about the vibration change. And one of my daughters yesterday, and this is what I was saying. I've been talking about this so long. And, but just people are just getting so beat down. They don't see any hope. They don't even care. They don't care about surviving. They don't want to go through Armageddon. They don't want to deal with this anymore. They're sick and they're tired. And everybody, but that is the energy. See, that's what they've got everybody beat down. Nobody can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're all just stuck in the dark. They're all stuck in the tunnel. And then there's so many people who haven't even entered the tunnel. But it blows my mind because these love and light people, well, they get angry about it. How dare you think that everybody's going to wake up like I'm an imbecile or something. It's like, I don't, that's spirituality on ego steroids is all I can say. You get yourself into this thing about not everybody is meant to wake up because you think The things that have happened so far, they should have woke up by now. Like, they should have woke up. That should have woke them up. It woke me up. Should have woke them up. And no matter how many times I say it, I don't think people will understand it. I have witnessed so many motherfucking things that I have sat there and go, surely this has got to wake everybody up. This has got to do it. This must be it. It didn't do a fucking thing. So when I say that everybody is going to wake up at different times, at different paces, it's because I've been watching this. I'm not just coming up with this like love and light NPC fucking Matrix bullshit. I have been watching this play out. I've been witnessing it. And I have been witnessing, and I talk about this through the videos while from the beginning of, I started January 2021. And I was already on Twitter. I was already feeling myself on Twitter. I was already putting all of it out there on there. I just hadn't started on the doing videos. Then I started doing the videos. And I can't remember because they took away my Twitter. They kept taking it away, and then they give it back. They could give it back. But then they took it away. They won't even let me on it still. Even with the new owner, I'm still not allowed on. I'm banned for life. I had Secret Service show up at my house over tweets. So, you know, this is something I have been having a different view of. Like, people who just wake up, they act like everybody is where they are. They don't realize, like, I have been watching this go down for a long ass time. I have been trying to wake people up. I've been trying to point things out. You can't. It's impossible. You cannot get anyone to see what they cannot see, because they have an exact moment in time that they're supposed to see what they're supposed to see, because what they're supposed to see impacts them the way it's supposed to. We all have unique things that wake us up, that make us see. And right now, and it's so crazy, and I've talked about this, is how the people who I know who are waking up to all different things, but there is like an overall, and there's like an impending, like they kind of know, like, I feel like the general population kind of knows like something big and bad, but I don't know, like, I don't really want to think about it, but there's something off, there's something so wrong. Like, they know, they can feel it. Like, I can tell in the things that people say and stuff. But so that part, when they all of a sudden realize what this place is, that's the thing. There's people waking up to all sorts of things, but they haven't had that spiritual kind of jolt. It's that spiritual jolt when you all of a sudden have that this seeing through your spirit. Like, there's people whose spiritual sides of them are waking up, but they're so trapped in ego. And it is, and like I've said, the spiritual journey is long. Like, I've been on the spiritual journey since I was a child. My mom pushed religion on us, and so that immediately had me questioning things. And like they told me yesterday, it was in my birthright. Whatever it is, whatever I was here to learn about was what I was supposed to learn about, because they were talking to me since I was 3. I didn't have a choice over if I was going to be spiritual or not. It's been my path. It's been what I was supposed to do. So I have been focused always on spiritual. I have sat always in reflection. I have always sat and talked to them about what's going on in my life. I've always listened to them express back to me what they perceive and things that I need to look at. I have had to go through dark times where I can't hear them, where I have to go through things. Like, I've gone through a true spiritual life. Like, I have lived my life. This is not new to me. And it's kind of offensive, these people who just wake up in their spirit, and that they come in and they want to start trying to steer mine. No, that's not going to happen. And, she's going to start this whining. It hasn't even been an hour yet. I'll probably have to do 2 parts again today. But and everybody has to get to that point in their own independent thought, your own independence of how you see yourself, and in understanding things on different levels. And this spiritual ego is, very over the top. And, and I don't know about this fucking Billie Jean. To me, I mean, there's just so many things. I don't want to sit and ridicule somebody. I mean, they could be a real person. I don't know. They could just be a real person that's really, I was so busy telling other people what they need to do in their healing journey, but they haven't started their own. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, anything that anybody does, it just gives more information to make my awareness of like, well, I certainly wouldn't want to treat anybody like that. So it's a nice thing to have in my pocket. So if I ever start to treat somebody that way, I'm be reminded, ooh, did you like how that felt? No, I didn't. Okay, then I'm not going to do that to anybody else. I'm not going to go into other people and tell them how to live, what to do, how to look at things, and ridicule. And then plus, one of the things too, when people come in and will ridicule something about like how I talk or what I talk about, or if I ramble or whatever it is, and to me, I've been very clear out there over having a brain injury, and that I can repeat myself all the time, as I have no idea. When I don't remember yesterday, every day is a new day. And so I talk about what is today. And I've said this a long time ago, I say what is today, how I see things today. And I may, have the same epiphany over and over, but I don't know. And so it is, but that is, where people come in and they don't know anything about you, don't know you at all, but they have big opinions about you. And it just blows my mind. I'm going to form a huge opinion about you, but I don't. I've out of 2,000 videos, I've seen about 10 or 12. But I think I know you pretty well. And what are the dates of these videos? How well do you think you know me? Like, it's very strange. But I think the strangest part of it is, if you do not appreciate somebody or their content, why would you give them your time or energy? Why wouldn't you go and aim yourself towards the energy that you want? Because it is all about this magnetism. You are pulling in you pull towards you the things that you need to have pulled towards you, but it's your lessons. This is why this dating pool is such a distorted way to go and date, is because all of the people who are there are not at their highest. They aren't at their best. And out of all of those people, you are going to be pulling in people that meet your vibration. So all these people, they're always going, oh, they're so toxic. I can't even believe them. I can't. It's like, but you don't realize you are that. That's who you are. You're pulling in exactly what you are. But you don't want to see that. You don't want to work on you, because, it's got to be them. So you can see how it just keeps going and going, and people just keep pulling in people that are them. But, when people are going out there and putting their energy towards things that, and I talked about this, I don't know, in 2021, when I said things about the flat earth, because that was back when I was really going through that whole thing of like, fuck, the earth is flat. The people that you pull in, oh my God, they get fucking fragile minds falling apart, and they lose their goddamn mind. And there was literally people who just all day long look for those hashtags so that they can go in and tell people how stupid they are because they believe the earth is flat. And it's not just like, oh, you're so stupid. No, these people go bonkers. And that is how they spend their day, looking for people who don't agree with them, looking for people who see things differently than them so they can go and argue with them. And that is, that is a strange way to spend your day, a strange way to spend your energy. Like, I want to spend it talking to people who I enjoy talking to about things I enjoy talking about, or helping people. Like, I always like to help people, but I also, don't want to become just a victim's sounding board so somebody can just sit there and whine about their life. If you're going to whine about your life to me, I'm going to expect you're going to take some moves towards change. And so I'm going to push you to change. I'm going to say what I see. I'm not going to play along. I'm not going to just sit there and play a part of the supportive friend while your life falls apart. No, I'm going to tell you how to change it. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. And most people don't want to do shit but play a victim. So, people can be offended. People can get upset. But that's the way it is. Like, and anybody who doesn't want to change, like, I'm sorry for you. If you're satisfied with just things the way they are, I'm not the person to be listening to. I'm all about change and growth, taking matters into your own hands, taking control of your life, directing your life in a positive manner, seeing that the things that happen to you are for you. They aren't tragic circumstance. There's nothing wrong with you. You didn't do anything wrong. They are your part of the game. They're part of your life journey. They're part of what's there to help you grow, to help you expand, to help you learn, to put things back into balance, possibly that you have out of balance in somewhere out in the universe. Like, everything has got great purpose. Like I said, it is also masterfully organized. There is nothing chaotic. The only chaos is what they create. In man's world, they create chaos, and they want us to believe that that's the natural world. No, it's not the natural world. The natural world is highly organized. Like I've said before, it is a universal law. What you put out of balance, you put back in balance. That is the karmic debt. That is anything that you do, you're responsible for. And so I'm trying to get people who are alive to realize certain things about your soul. Like, it's crazy as you hear, like I had said, when I even started doing this, became such a point of you getting so tired of listening to people give so much misinformation about spirituality, reincarnation, and stuff like that. It was like, oh my God, these people that don't even know what they're talking about are just out there saying shit that's not even true. And so the people who are out there looking for information are getting misled. So I started mine to try and, give more information. But it's up to each person to go out and look for information. Hold on, she's back. Gosh, Judy, Attitudey, you're going to have to wait until I'm done. You haven't even given me barely any time. It's not even been an hour. Oh, so she rings the bell. It's like, oh, yesterday she had such a fit. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, her soul has ascended so much. I can't even believe it. Yesterday, I had made some brownies. I made some homemade brownies, which I gave a couple sometimes you can give stuff to people, and what they give back is, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so much nicer than what I gave you, but okay. But some people, we all value different things. But so I gave her some brownies, and they were super, super hot. And so and I was drinking my tea, and so I gave her a little bit of the leftover tea because it had lots of good spices and stuff in it for like inflammation and whatnot. And so I had poured it in her dish, and then I went and got some more of the brownies, and I cut them, and I put them in the dish in the tea. They were really, really hot too. And oh my God, she was having the biggest fit. She was jumping up. She was turning her head as fast as she could. She was letting me know she was so mad at me. And I was like, what are you mad about? They're hot? I'm sorry. They're going to cool off. What is the problem? They'll cool off. And she was having a fit about it. And so then I was like, what? This was going for a couple minutes. Like, I could have went and got my video thing. Like, I can see why people go do that. But still, you got to be present in the moment and deal with it. Not like, oh, let's get this on footage. But so she was, you know, jumping up and down and turning her head and yelling out. And so then I went and I took a piece out to show her, you know, it's cooled off probably. And I set it on the thing and she ate it real fast. And then she started doing it again. She was so mad at me for putting the brownie inside the tea. She was furious. It was the funniest thing. But she put so much effort into communicating with me because I'm always telling her, you know, you got to show me. What are you talking about? And she is so good at communicating. It is so funny, but she's also super bossy. But I have seen where some people even have these really cool communication tools with their dogs where the dogs can push these buttons and it says words and they can communicate with words with their dog. It's really cool. Mine is, I would only be able to refer to it as like telepathy or energy. Like I can, it's a little more vague. Like you have to kind of keep working at it because it was like, I knew she was upset about something, but I was focused on the wrong thing she was upset about. But to continue to work, then I could find out what she was upset about. But, you know, mine is more picking up on an energy, paying attention to what it is they're saying. What are the signs? What are they communicating? What are they putting out? And there's always just like a whoosh of a message. And that's what I would say is like a telepathic, energetic message that comes, you know, where you can kind of see different things. That's how I started being able to even pick up how bad she wanted out of the gate. And now I have a fucking Pandora's box, man. You know, she's created a monster over this. She wants to just be out walking around the neighborhood all day long. I have got to get her like this. I need my own little acreage, my own little ranch, my own little spot in this world. And I was watching one of these old movies and I saw, and so I think the place, what I see in my head is it's like white with this brown, but in the movie when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's just like what I see in my head. It was kind of like a Spanish, kind of like this Spanish kind of style ranch or something. Or also kind of see it like in like Scotland or Ireland or something, but it's like a different kind of it's like wood and then this brown wood. But anyways, that's when I look into my future, I always can see that. And so I think that I'm going to have a place like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll know when I go and see it. But anyways, and I want animals and stuff, but I want her to have property that she can go out and just wander around like that all day long. And I want to get her some friends. She has no friends. And she gets so excited. Oh gosh, she gets so excited when people want to talk to her, and she wants to, and she's so strong now. Oh my God. And she wants to go and go and go, and she can run, and she just yanks the leash right out of my hands. And so anyways, I think I will just do a part 2 because there's more stuff, but she's going to keep disrupting me. As I think there was, in that movie, I just thought that one thing was such a good, valid point of where this guy kept whining about, you know, his dad didn't understand him. His dad wanted him to be like him. His dad, you know, all this stuff. And the mom kept being in the middle of this dad and son problem relationship. And there was this point where the son was upset about something. I didn't pay enough attention because I'm crocheting. But the dad, the son was having this conversation with the mom, and he said, about, he's never going to understand me. He doesn't know me. He doesn't understand me. And the mom was like, well, you don't put any time or effort into understanding them. And that is what I think is really important for people to really realize. You probably need to go and understand your parent more. If you've got a lot of problems and you think your parent doesn't understand you, you probably don't understand them. Like, it all goes together. You're cutting them off. And if you put in time and effort into understanding them, then it should be reciprocated. If it's not, then, some people have to know their own relationships too. Like, there's a lot of very toxic parent relationships. Like I said, like some of these videos I've seen, it's mental. Like, I can't believe there's adult women going and physically assaulting their adult children. Like, there's, some really toxic parenting. But I'll tell you, all these toxic parents are damaged children. They are not really adults. They are people struggling. That was a funny thing, too, in this one movie I was watching yesterday, because there was this scene where the lady was talking. Oh, and this movie had all this stuff about programming, but she was talking about how it doesn't even feel like we're really grown-ups. It feels like we're just a bunch of kids pretending to be grown-ups. I've always thought that, but how far up our own ass are we going to get? Are we going to, just go all in and pretend to be adults? Or are we going to just remember we're just kids pretending? And so, and part of that is like, I got to get to work. Well, that's what a responsible adult does. Well, I got to do this. That's what a grown-up does. It's like, oh, that's how they got you. They got you in the trap. So anyways, I got to go feed her or something. I'll come back because there's more stuff I want to talk about. And, maybe I'm repeating myself. And if I drive you crazy, it's up to you to do something about it, because I'm not changing. Some stranger's not going to come in and tell me what I need to do to change me. And then I'm going to go, oh, thank you. Now I'm going to go change into what you want. It's not going to happen. So anyways, I'll be back in a minute.